Exodus chapter 34. And the Lord said unto Moses, Hew thee 2 tables of stone like unto the first, and I will write upon these tables the ones that were in the first tables, which thou breakest. And be ready in the morning, and come up in the morning into Mount Sinai, and present thyself there to me in the top of the mount. And no man shall come up with thee, neither let any man be seen throughout all the mount, neither let the flocks nor hands feed before the mount. And he hewed 2 tables of stone like unto the first. And Moses rose up early in the morning, and went up unto Mount Sinai, as the Lord had commanded him. And he took his hand the 2 tables of stone. And the Lord descended in the cloud, and stood with him there, and proclaimed the name of the Lord. And the Lord passed by before him, and proclaimed, the Lord God, merciful and gracious, long-suffering, and abundant in goodness and truth, keeping mercy for thousands, forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin, and that will by no means clear the guilty, visiting the iniquity of fathers upon the children, and upon the children's children, unto the third and to the fourth generation. And Moses made haste and bowed his head toward the earth and worshipped. And he said, If now I have found grace in thy sight, O Lord, let my Lord, I pray thee, go among us, for it is a stiff-necked people, and pardon our iniquity and our sin, and take us for thine inheritance. They said, Behold, I make a covenant. Before I thy people, I will do marvels, such as have not been done on earth, nor in any nation. And all the people among which thou art shall see the work of the Lord, for it is a terrible day that I will do with thee. Observe thou that which I command thee this day. Behold, I drive out before thee the Amorite, and the Canaanite, and the Hittite, and the Perizzite, and the Hivite, and the Jebusite. Take heed to thyself, lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land whither thou goest, lest it be for a snare in the midst of thee. But ye shall destroy their altars, break their images, and cut down their groves. For thou shalt worship no other God, for the Lord, whose name is jealous, is a jealous God. Lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, and then go a-warring after their gods, and do sacrifice unto their gods. And the one call thee, and thou eat of his sacrifice. And thou take of their daughters unto their sons, and their daughters go a-warring after their gods, and make thy sons go a-warring after their gods. Thou shalt make thee no more 10 gods. The feast of unleavened bread shalt thou keep. 7 days thou shalt eat unleavened bread, as I commanded thee, in the time of the month Abib. For in the month Abib thou camest out from Egypt. All that opened the matrix is mine, and every firstling among thy cattle, whether ox or sheep, that is mine. But the firstling of an ass thou shalt redeem with a lamb. And if thou redeem it not, then shalt thou break his neck. All the firstborn of thy sons thou shalt redeem, and none shall appear before me empty. 60 days thou shalt work, but on the 7th day thou shalt rest. Earing time and in harvest thou shalt test. And thou shalt observe the feast of weeks, of the first fruits of wheat harvest, and the feast of gathering at the year's end. Thrice in the year shall all your men children appear before the Lord God of Israel. For I will cast out the nations before thee, and enlarge thy abundance. Neither shall any man desire thy land, when thou shalt go up to appear before the Lord thy God thrice in the year. Thou shalt offer the blood of my sacrifice with leaven, neither shall the sacrifice of the feast of the Passover be left unto the morning. The first of the first fruits of thy land thou shalt bring unto the house of the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not seethe a kid in his mother's milk. And the Lord said unto Moses, Write thou these ones, for after the tenor of these ones I have made a covenant with thee and with Israel. And he was there in the Lord 40 days and 40 nights. He did neither eat bread nor drink water. And he wrote upon the tables the words of the covenant, the 10 Commandments. And it came to pass, when Moses came down from the Mount Sinai with the 2 tables of testimony in Moses' hand, when he came down from the mount, that Moses wist not that the skin of his face shone while he talked with him. And when Aaron and all the children of Israel saw Moses, beyond the skin of his face shone, and they were afraid to come nigh him. And Moses called unto them, and Aaron, and all the rulers of the congregation returned unto him. And Moses talked with them. And afterward, all the children of Israel came nigh, and he gave them in commandment all the Lord had spoken to them in Mount Sinai. And till Moses had done speaking with them, he put a veil in his face. But when Moses went in before the Lord to speak with him, he took the veil off until he came out. And he came out and spake unto the children of Israel, at which he was commanded. And the children of Israel saw the face of Moses, that the skin of Moses' face shone. And Moses put the veil upon his face again, until he went in to speak with him. That is the end of chapter 34. You see now, God is writing a new covenant, like the commandments are in the 10 Commandments that Moses had broken them due to Hannah when he met the Israelites who are worshiping other gods. So we have seen now he went and begged God to forgive them. He asked God to forgive them for what they had done, and God told them to avoid living with the people who worship other gods, so they poison them. So that it is us that we should avoid the bad company. And you see that someone is doing is living in a negative life, then you avoid because he will poison you. So Israelites still continue to be in desert, as they make covenant with God. There is one thing about 40 days and the 40 nights. We have seen most of the time. Everything that happened, it took 40 days, anything special, including where like everything have always been 40 days, 40 days, after 40 days, you get cleansed.